I'm Penny. I'm going to talk today a bit about the power of an intention, having an intention, how it can act as a kind of a guiding light in our lives. So what is an intention? So for me, intention is something that comes from the inside. It's internal as opposed to a goal which is external. So for instance, something like my intention is to be kind. My intention is to be present, more present this week. And then something like a goal might be, my goal is to pass my driving test by September, or my goal is to run 2 events this year. So, but I tend to focus more on the ultimate intention, something that is bigger, something that's wider, that is for the whole of our lives. So that might be something like an I am statement. I am free. I am at peace. I am living true in a true way for myself. Something like that's quite short. When I was working in a job a few years ago, I started to have these kind of flashes, these images of myself in a very pure, light, beautiful, shimmering almost state. And I thought, oh, that's nice, and I just ignored it for a while. But then I started to think, this could be important, perhaps I should listen to this. And it has become my intention, it's become a really important kind of focus and energy for my whole life. And I think that's where it kind of comes from the heart, and it's something that we can gravitate towards from the heart. So what do we mean by heart, thinking from the heart, being more heart-centered? People talk about that, and I think it's something that, you know, we have to practice. I think it can mean different things to different people. When I was walking the Camino de Santiago many years ago, and the Camino de Santiago is a walk across northern Spain. It's like a pilgrimage. It's 500 miles long, 800 kilometers. It takes about 5 or 6 weeks. But when I was walking that, I wanted to kind of see if I could walk from the heart. I remember my friends said to me, oh, it's going to be so great because you can just think all day, you can kind of come up with all kinds of solutions for yourself, find out what you want to do with your life. You can spend so much time thinking. And I'm thinking, I don't know about that. My mind is busy enough. So I would set out each morning, one step at a time, as if I was walking from the heart. And someone had told me that you can kind of, it's like you can flicker down your thoughts from your mind into your heart, and then of course they dissolve. So I would try this and just take step by step and become aware of my surroundings, and everything would slow down. It was really beautiful, and that for me was very much living, walking from the heart. So I think this takes a bit of practice. For me, there's 2 things that really help. And one of them is having a meditation practice, a stillness practice. And the other one is getting into the zone, you know, when your mind does chill and relax and you feel expansive, and making the most of that. So meditation practice, how often do we just sit in stillness? I think we tend to value being busy, achieving a lot in a day, rather than doing things like just sitting and grounding and kind of getting into our own flow. And I think this is really important. So when I was training as a stress reduction trainer many years ago, one of the things that they told us about was the importance of having 2 different times during the day when you're kind of coming down into stillness, into a kind of meditation practice, or just sitting. And it's when the parasympathetic nervous system kicks in. And that is when you go into rest response, and the blood goes from the organs goes from the extremities into the organs, and it's a healing response as opposed to the sympathetic nervous system, which is the kind of the fight or flight, the busy, busy, busy. So just having spells during the day when we're quiet has made a huge difference to me. The other one being getting into that zone. So quite often when I'm meditating, actually my thoughts are very busy. I'm not quiet at all. But sometimes there's a time when time stands still and I feel very expansive and the mind does shut down. And that's the point when we can hold that ultimate intention and it becomes now, in the moment. We are it. But life is a journey. And when we have that ultimate intention, I am free, I am at peace, and we hold that, then I think the universe, our soul, our spirit, whatever it is, life, kind of brings us, goes, oh yeah, right, great, here we go. And takes us on a journey towards that. Even if that means that, kind of difficult emotions or things come up along the way, it's all about guiding us, moving us forward to that intention. So if we focus fully on and align with our ultimate intention, extraordinary things can happen. If you'd like more information or to contact me, please go to pennygundry.com.